Alright, hey guys, I'm Ron. Welcome to Getting Real with Ron. So, first video that I'm going to actually make something very simple. As I alluded in the first video on the channel, I was going to do something with bone broth. One of my favorite things, especially in the wintertime. You can get it all over the place. I got some Swanson chicken bone broth right here. You can get organic, whatever you want. I actually get the organic ones. I think Kroger's got it in this area. I'm in Indiana. So anyways, bone broth. So when I'm eating a lot of low carb, I particularly like bone broth. It's just a drink. Drink a mug of it. So satisfying. Protein, all the minerals, everything you get out of it. And something that I was thinking about this winter for work, I wanted to get a wide mouth, like a vacuum, like soup container basically, to bring broth to work. And then it got me thinking, why don't I add to that? Make it better. As easy as I can. So basically what I did, this is really cool. It's by Thermos. It's got this little fold-up spoon in the lid, which is kind of cool. So I thought, what's the easiest thing I can do to make this more like a simple soup? Really easy to make. I mean, seriously, it takes no time to make it all. So, got the bone broth. I like adding butter and cream to it. Add some body to it. I actually got this Danish Creamery European butter. I guess it's pasture raised, a little bit better since it's something that instead of just cooking with it, I'm consuming it as a fat. And just heavy cream. I use my coffee. So I've got saucepan going here. Also warming up some water and milk for the kids' hot chocolate. Anyways, green onion and just some ground beef. That's a quarter pound. So I'm going to put a good tablespoon of butter in the pan. It's already hot. I'm going to let that melt. Then I'm going to add the beef to that, chop it up, chop up this onion. So the idea was a very hearty, healthy soup, basically, where I can incorporate this broth, but make it a little bit more of like a meal. So it's a little more substantial. So, you know, I get a few hours into the day, and I can sip like, you know, a cupful of this stuff with a little bit of the onion and the beef in there. You can add whatever you want. Honestly, I'm gonna try it with chicken, with sausage. Add different vegetables. You could throw in frozen mixed vegetables, anything like that. I'm doing it super simple. I like red onion. I happen to have green onions on hand. I'm a big believer in using what you have. So I'm gonna chop up this green onion. I'm gonna throw it in my thermos. In my see, is that thing focusing? Just using my phone right now. So I'm gonna throw it at the bottom of here. I'm gonna add my spices to my ground beef mix. Once the ground beef is starting to brown, I'm going to add my broth in there and just bring it to a simmer and then pour it over the onions. And basically in 2 or 3 hours, I mean, it's good to eat right then, but in about 2 or 3 hours at work, when I'm feeling like I need a little bit, so satisfying, so warming. What I'm going to add to this is basic, just pink Himalayan salt, black cracked pepper, and cayenne. I like that cayenne for that little bit of kicky heat, kind of boosts your metabolism a little bit. I hear my butter starting to sizzle now, so in goes the beef. Just gonna chop it up coarsely and splash butter everywhere. Alright, I'm going to let that cook. Open this baby up. I've got these. This is basil. I like parsley as well. I just happen to have the basil on hand, so I'm going to use it. It is a semi-dry herb. You just get little tubs of it like this. It goes a long way, and it's more fresh because it's basically half dried. So I'm gonna put a nice pinch of that in here. Then I'm gonna chop my onion up. I am not one of those people who can chop things all fancy and fast, so this might be painstaking to watch, but that's okay. My old and wore out smiley face cutting board. There we have it. We don't want too many onions. And you could add so many things to this. You could add rice to it. You could probably even add some noodles to it. Even uncooked noodles, by the time you're ready to eat, they should be ready. I might actually have to try that sometime. Instead of buying those cheap little cups of no nutrition instant soup mixes or ramen that you get at the store for like 50 cents, this is very healthy, very wholesome. You can cut the fat down if you're not consuming a lot of fat. When I'm on a keto style diet or a very low carb diet, I need to make sure I'm getting enough fat or I get run down, I get tired. This is a great way for me to do that. Get the protein, the fat, the vitamins and minerals and everything from the bone broth, some of the vegetables that you can put in it. And it's just that one little step better than just a mug of broth. And as far as spices go, when I just do it as a broth, I'll add salt, pepper, garlic, maybe some onion powder. Usually I use garlic powder. You could use fresh minced garlic if you want. If you get the little jar of it, you could use that. Paprika, cayenne, smoked paprika. You could add, it would be really good with turmeric. You can do so many things with it, and the turmeric will, add that little boost of anti-inflammatory action there. Fresh herbs like basil, parsley, all great additions. Now this beef I'm going to break up. I don't want big chunks. I guess you could make bigger chunks if you wanted. I want them to be about basically crumbled. I don't want huge pieces, and I don't want it all the way broke down. I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit more. Almost cooked. I've got the heat about medium right now. So I'm going to pour my broth in here to measure it. And my cream I'm going to add about 1.5 tablespoons or so. I don't measure stuff. Better shake this up. Now the big thing is to make sure you don't overfill it, so you got room for your meat. Actually, I didn't quite have enough, so I'm going to grab another one. This is a different one. Okay, this is True Goodness by Meyer, organic chicken bone broth. So you see, I buy different brands, whatever I get on sale. I think this stuff was $3.99. And I've kind of guessed I can fill this up to about 1.5 inches from the top of where the lid seals, and that gives me room to put the ground beef in. So I've got a good sizzle going here. You can brown it if you want. I just cook it till it's done because it's going to be sitting in your broth hot, and it'll finish, it'll finish cooking. I mean, with ground meats, you really need to cook them thoroughly. I just make sure mine's done until there's no pink. And also the bone broth is such a great addition to so many things cooking. I use it all the time for deglazing pans. When I'm making cream sauces, I'll use it in a little bit in place of milk or other dairy to add another layer of flavor. That's something I really strive to do in my cooking, is create these layers of flavor that all just meld together. So it takes you on a journey with each bite. Like, you get a before taste, the middle, the after. It's just, that's how I like to cook. So anywhere I can add flavor, I'm striving to add flavor to it, because it just makes the food so much more enjoyable. Not just for me, but for anybody who's eating it as well. If I'm just cooking chicken breasts for, say, a salad in my cast iron, just cooking it up quick, salt, pepper, garlic, maybe some cayenne, I'm going to deglaze that pan with bone stock. Or if I'm cooking chicken thighs for a similar thing, I might simmer them in the bone stock, just maybe a half a cup, just to cook them through and then brown them up. It adds so much flavor to so many things. Also, that little pop of nutrition that it's got. It's just really a wonderful thing to use in so many areas. If you're making a vegetable soup, go with the bone stock instead of just chicken stock. The bone stock has so much more flavor, so much more nutrition to it. It's really amazing. So this is just going to be a few more seconds here. I'm going to be ready to add my broth. In it goes. I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit. It's time to add some seasonings. I need to buy some salt, guys. I like the pink Himalayan, black pepper. This grinder doesn't work so good, so it looks like I'm putting a ton of pepper in it. I'm really not. I mean, I like a lot of seasonings. I like lots of seasonings, so I probably put more than most people in. But this grinder does not work very well. I need to buy a good one. And cayenne. Again, that looks like a lot, maybe to some people, but I like some heat. So that's all I'm putting in there, and I am going to test it. I'll taste it a little bit and see if, the levels are right. And I just want to bring this up to a light, like a rolling simmer. You don't want to boil it. You just want to get it so it just starts to kind of roll. The smell, it smells so good. Those green onions, getting a little earthiness from that black pepper. The cream and the butter lends a sweet kind of smell to it. Also to the flavor and a richness too when you drink it. Like, this is something that in the morning through your routine, if you get it down, you can prep this stuff. So you can chop up a little bowl of onions. You can get your little packs of herbs. You can get your meat, whether it's going to be little chunks of chicken or beef or sausage or whatever you want in it. You can get it ready in little bowls. So basically all you have to do is reheat. Bring your broth up to that simmer, pour it in your mug. You don't have to chop everything every morning. you know, cook your meat. You can do it all at once, prep it for a week. I usually just do it in the morning because it doesn't take that long. I'm out here making my coffee, going, you know, getting ready for work. I can get this ready, no problem. But if you want, you could just have bowls of it all set up. So you just scoop, 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 pour, stir it till it simmers, and you're good to go. And I'm good. In we go. And there we have it. Cup of soup. Bone broth. Well, I don't think I can tip it too far, but anyways, this is some good stuff. Screw my lid on. 3 hours later, this is still going to be very hot to the point you have to blow on it to drink it. It's perfect for sipping. A few more hours after that, middle of the day, lunchtime, half of it left, and just eat it. So good, perfect temperature, everything's cooked through, and it's a feel good, and it's so simple. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. And the next video, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'm probably going to do at least 2 videos a week. Short ones, and then as I get further into doing this stuff, we'll do some more elaborate stuff, do some full meals. Eventually we'll figure this camera thing out, and it won't all be just my cell phone. But anyways, I just wanted to bring you guys just real cooking, just simple stuff that you can do, up to more elaborate stuff that you can do. But use what you have, learn how to use what you have. Be flexible with things. If you don't have parsley, maybe you don't need it. Maybe use something else. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I gotta figure this out. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell so you know when I post a new video. And I hope you enjoy this stuff. I love doing this for you guys. Thanks.